Yep, I guess it's another day in paradise. Really. It's rainy days ahead, it says. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. This morning I heard nothing but trucks. Really. I'm like, great. Now they're going to finally clean up the place? Really. You know, it's been a mess for the last 5, 6 years. Really. My place has been. Black Friday like 5 years ago. Really. I think it was 2020. Great day. My cousin died. My friend died from high school. I had to go to the funeral. They're like, you're in the will. Really? Hey, that's fun. Really? Yeah, what'd I get? A room. We unlocked it. We tried to get in it to see what's in it. It's full of brand new empty boxes. We think they stacked all the guns into the sporting goods store. What? They're all empty boxes, really. They are. We just looked in there. We'll just clean it out, see what else is left in the room. Are you sure they're empty? They look like new sealed guns. Really? Firearms. This guy's a firearms dealer. The guy that works there come up and said, we wondered why there was a lock put on here the day the guy died. He had all this listed here. It's for this guy named me. What do you mean it's all mine? Everything in the room is yours. They're not empty boxes. They're not, really. I about fainted. Everything in the room was mine. It's right full. You couldn't even walk in the room. It took 10 truckloads with my little yellow truck that went for a dip in the lake. You know, I had to have the tarp covering the box. That's why I got a tonneau cover for it. The box was full every trip. They had new firearms, new scopes, new mounts, new rings. They had everything, including dies, and I had to take the calibers off the firearms. They were still new in the box for testing. That's what I was to do, test every one of them. And it was over, really. It was over. That was like a couple of months before. It was over, really. The 20th, like 2020 November, Black Friday. It was all over. Everything I met with the guy months before. Oh yeah, I'll do it on this and all that, and oh, it'll be all done. It's all signed. Papers were all signed. The guy taught me how to use the scopes, all this. I get the call. I come home. I stay over. Come home. They're gone. They backed up the trailer. All my help is gone. Literally. They didn't pay me. They're all gone. They all went to the Dorfus land. It's even worse than Dorfus land, really. It's the biggest moron plan in the whole wide world, really. It is. It's Dorfus land. Really. They went to Dorfus land to their family. It's Dorfus. Part 2 of Dorfus land. Bail jumping morons. Really. Remember I said they didn't pay me? They didn't pay the court bond. Which time? The girlfriend took the money, said it was for the boyfriend's fine in New York, in Corning, New York. It wasn't the boyfriend's fine, it was her fine. She was embezzling the money to pay her fines in court. The boyfriend had a fine in Wellsburg, PA. They sent me there to pay it. They kept, the areas keep changing. They borrowed money for their house, or their down payment for their trailer. They never paid it off. Then they split up and left, like years after the whole family left. These guys were left here. They made a deal to pay me and never paid. Really. This is the Dorfus land. It even gets worse. I've been sick the whole time. All the way back to 2010, 2008. This has been going on with these Dorfus morons. They were literally supposed to help me and work for my ass. They got paid, bailed out of court, playing deadbeat games, It's called Crowbar Hotel. It's like, go call Patty Mayo from, YouTube. Hey, collect these morons up, really. Please. They're terrorists. Can you come collect them? They're bond jumpers. They are. They're bail bond jumpers and all sorts of fun. Right, Put them in handcuffs, take them to the judge. Which judge? The one that's got the 135-page brief that throws people in jail after they paid their fines? They threw them in jail because they didn't pay their fines. They've already paid their fines, and the court lost money. Really? They lost track of the money, said they didn't pay the fine, sent the people to jail. Hey, that's okay. They lost track of what computers cost. They put me bankrupt. I'm sitting here sick the whole time. Remember? Then in 2017, they stuck goddamn blood in me and took DNA, and they're like, oh, shit, you were sick the whole time. Yeah, 30 years. Poison sumac is dormant. Like I'm walking around with 100% death rate cancer. The only living relative to me is Frederick C. Williams. This is his Navy number. Really. The doctor turns pale. They go type it into the computer. It goes, warning! Call DOD. And a number flashes up. The computer's locked up. The whole hospital computer system's locked up. It's like it just hiccuped. The doctor goes, oh shit. What's wrong with this guy? He picks up the phone calls. There's laws here. His blood is saved. The the court made uncle's blood is saved. It's froze. It's in a vault somewhere held for every hospital in the free world. It's 100% death rate cancer breakthrough law. Really. And he's not supposed to be sick if he's related to this guy this way. It's against the law. What? The guy's in shock. The doctor talks to me. He's in shock. The nurse is in shock. Do they know who the hell you really are? Really? Nah, I was adopted. I got this guy's name when it was like 1963. He handed me a book. He says, your relative needs the book. I opened up the title page, and it's not Uncle Fred. This is his birth name. This is the name he used when he went into the Navy. This is his Navy number. This is his Social Security number. The book is for my relative, the fourth man in the sealed adoption. He was under who's my real birth father. Really. That's who it was. This book is for him. He has an old boat motor from like 1940s, like the end of World War II type deal. Like, here's this ship. I go, oh great. This is some boat from the Japanese junk land, right? World War II. It gets to why I'm sick. The man was a diesel mechanic. They had a nuclear test after World War II. They drug all the ships, all the aircraft carriers, all the ships they didn't want out to Bikini Island atoll. And they made them glow in the dark. Uncle Fred, Frederick C. Williams, go in there and see if them that float go, they still run. No protection, no big white suits, no nothing. Go in there and see that. Well, he got sick afterwards. 100% death rate cancer. Really. No joke. Really. He got sick. Really. Would have died. Really. He was in part of blood thinner tests. He lived through the 100% death rate cancer because of the blood thinner. Really. That's my closest living relative by name. By the name here. Really. That's who I had. I have one name left. It's this guy. The guy looks at me and says, are you joking me? I said, no, he lives like 10 miles from here. You can go there and see the house. The guy looked at me and goes, we gotta send somebody there. The government says to. We gotta go there with a meter. Really. Because I had that book, other place went crazy too. Really. People died around that book. Even the guy in Canada did. Really. I gave him the book. I tried to get the book back. I bought another book like it. But this book had a death sentence with it. 100% death rate cancer death sentence. It even gets worse. The house I grew up in, after my mom and dad died or went into the home or whatever, mom went into the home, dad died of lung cancer, was on oxygen for 7 or 8 years. It was a real travesty. About third owner of the home, lady says they condemned the home. They literally put yellow tape around the home and brought some people in white suits and all of that, fumigated the place. They found something in the home. It was bad. It was killing the people. The first people, both of them died in the home, or in a home after, or in the hospital. The second people were sick, and that guy died too. The third people were getting sick. They called the authorities. That's what they did. They found something in the home. They told me, take these pills and take vitamin C with it. It's like a heavy lead type stuff in the basement. Really. It was terrible. Really. And the vitamin C and this stuff kills the jab. It kills the jab. It kills the microbots in the jab. It kills what's killing the people from the jab. Really. This stuff and vitamin C are like 500 milligrams at a time or whatever, vitamin C and this stuff. It's stuff that clears heavy metal out of your blood, out of your bloodstream. That's what it is. It's microbots. It's a computerized, generated blood thing that makes a thing in your blood. It's not blood clots like they say. It's a microbot. I make blood clots. I'm on blood thinner for life. They didn't know why I was sick. Literally, the poison sumac stops the blood cancer tests. I walked around for 30 years not knowing what I had, knowing the name of it, knowing anything. Well, these morons are playing Dorfus games. Really. I mean, my whole house was fried. Literally, it was fried. Everything in my house except for the microwave. The heater, the main heater here that costs like $2,500 with install and all that, $2,500. It was like $1,900 to get shipped here. It's a pile of money. That only needed a $40 transformer. There's a transformer in the power converter of the camper out here that's like a 2018, 2019. The part through the dealer costs like $400 or $500 or whatever, like 400 or 300 to install it. Oh, I only got $860. How am I going to fix my RV? Really? 30 days without power. It was a travesty. The whole thing was electromagnetic fried. There was black shit coming out of my body after that. Really. It came out. There was no heat. There was just space heaters. I was using the water, trying to keep the place from freezing. The next part's gonna be life in hell when the whole power goes out. Hope you guys have a power system other than solar and generators, because it's gonna be dark and cold and you're gonna be living in a campfire land, really. That's all you're gonna have. Campfire land. We can figure out if we're going to be able to live in the moron land when they shut off all the power. Yeah, really. The video recorder stopped. when I started telling you that the jab has a has a cure if you take some pills for lead to clear it out of your body, and vitamin C at about 500 milligrams every time. You know, it'll clear the crap out of your blood. Really. That kills your ass. You know, the problem ain't the CV-19. The problem is the jab. Yeah, they wanted all your asses dead, or like drone people walking around that don't know what they're doing. They're a bunch of morons like Biden, really. Oh, by the way, the solar don't work. The generators don't work. The 30 amp service don't work. Nothing works. I literally set the thing up and it basically shut off the recorder. They don't want the truth out. You know, they don't want the. It costs thousands of dollars to live a month without power, and it costs 150 pound of propane to run a 9,000 watt generator 3 or 4 days. You know, 10 hours a day, and you're lucky if the batteries or the the solar panels or whatever works. You know, you're lucky if you have your security system and the cops come. You know, it's the kangaroo cops, really. You know, they don't have enough brains to figure out all the bills are paid when you get fucking 100% disability and 100% VA disability, and you're tied to the DNA and stuff. You know, they can't figure out you can go pick the morons up, slap handcuffs on them, and take them to Crowbar Hotel and throw away the key. They're a terrorist. They can't figure that one out. They're morons, really. Welcome to the moron land. You know, they can't figure out how to come do the trash either. They put a new guy on and they can't figure out I have trash out here for 2 weeks. They're sending the guy Monday. Really. It's that fun. The video recorder crashed. Really. Yeah, I was doing a update. The problem is all these people run to New York State. It was Wellsburg, New York, not PA. The other thing was like Lindley, New York, not PA. They live. Corning, New York. These people all run to New York. Even their father run to New York searching for 2 boats and all this. I found one of the boats. The guy signed it off, which wasn't legal. He actually took money for signing it off. I didn't get paid. The whole thing is like I never got paid all the money I went to court in New York and won. Their father was supposed to just say, hand the man hand the man his product. It's not paid for. He won. You either pay the court cost, and what he won, you can keep it. I've got none of the money. It cost me money to go do it. They say I won the court cost. I got nothing. Okay? This other thing within the PA, I did get about $300 or $400, but it cost me like $3,000 or $4,000 in the computers or more. They literally put me out of business. I would have been going under totally if it wasn't for my mother dying and leaving me some money. And my neighbor that I've got the computer for, that died like 10 years ago, his brother came up, trained me in computers, and we went in business together. He found out I could put computers together, hand me boxes of parts, put them together, put the operating system on he had, and he finished the schooling. Really. He's like, I don't know how to put the stuff together. I'm there with like a cup of coffee. I put the thing together. I go, well, there's a problem here. All the lights come on. It says I need an operating system. He looks at the monitor and goes, how do you do that? I've tried for weeks. I said, I just set it down, read all the numbers, figured out how they all go together, hit the power button, had the memory all on there, had the BIOS all set. Now what do you do? He looked at me and goes, you gotta be kidding me. Well, how much is it worth to you? You get half the company. He died, everybody died, the company was closed down. Really. This was in New York State. I literally have a truck. I had a old 1988 camper. The whole thing was just like set up for computers. I lost my shirt. Really. They literally closed me down. I lost my shirt. And these other idiots were supposed to help me. My real father was Forrest Wood, owner, founder of Ranger Boat. That's who had the old 1940 some engine. Really. I didn't even know who it was. Type it in. Up comes the founder, owner, and controller of Ranger Boat. Wood Incorporated Company. The guy's name was Wood. That's all I know. I was adopted in 1963 around November. There was a court date. My uncle was there. The fourth man for my father was a lawyer or whatever for Wood. He was approved for information until I was 18 through Uncle Fred. His name was made Uncle Fred that day by court because he could be around me. In my state, there's some weird law. Only my stepfather, that's a policeman, his wife, and Uncle Fred, his relative, are other blood relatives for them. That's it. But the main one had to be a policeman with good honoring thing, and he had to be my stepfather, or I was in state care until I was 18 and I went to the government work. Really. That's the way it works. I would have been in a care home or a kid's home or a group home or a boys' home for the state of Pennsylvania. That's the law.